Right now, if you're watching this, there's a storm raging beneath the surface of venture capital, a storm so strong it's shaking the very core of everything you thought you understood about investing. The truth? Venture capital as we know it. Not only is it broken, it might already be dead. And yet, no one's shouting it from the rooftops. No one's sounding the alarm. Instead, you're left navigating a system that promises innovation, but delivers exhaustion. Look around. The old way of pouring massive sums into buzzwords, chasing the next unicorn, is strangling creativity. Deals are getting smaller, valuations are tanking, and the startups that once dazzled are now ghosts of missed expectations. The giants of the valley seem trapped in their own echo chambers, trapped by tradition, by complacency, by rules invented to protect the few, not to empower the bold. You, the investor, the visionary, the leader, you're left holding the scraps of a game that no longer makes sense. You feel it, the grinding dissatisfaction every time you sit through another pitch dressed in hype but hollow in substance. You see the startups clinging to the safety net of outdated metrics, the herd chasing mediocre returns. You sense the fear growing inside you. Maybe this cycle is different. Maybe the game is rigged, or worse, maybe the game is over and nobody told you. There's a gnawing, painful truth. The system was never made for the exceptional, for those who burn with fire, who refuse to settle, who long to transcend the beaten path. The infrastructure that supports venture capital today is designed for stability, comfort, and repetition, not for the electric, chaotic brilliance that fuels true change. You're drowning in noise. You're starved of real connection, of synergy, of a network that lifts rare minds rather than grinding them down into predictable patterns. This is more than a market correction, it's a crisis of spirit. But here's the thing. That crisis, that collapse, they're also the birthplace of opportunity. It's in the death throes of the old that the new is born. If you feel the fire still flickering inside you, not just the hunger for returns, but the hunger for meaning, for impact, for revolution, then this moment is yours. This chaos can become your weapon. You don't need to keep playing by old, broken rules. You don't need to parrot tired buzzwords or chase unicorns that don't exist anymore. You can choose to see what others are blind to. The future is not downstream from the herd, but at the edges, in the wild, in the places the system fears to tread. Real progress was never meant to come from the center, from the masses, from consensus. It comes from the few who refuse to bow, who break the mold with relentless courage and unyielding vision. So how do you step into that power? How do you turn this supposed death of venture capital into a rebirth for you? The answer isn't easy, but it is clear. First, stop investing in illusions. Stop buying into hype cycles and outdated metrics. Don't just fund what sounds safe or popular. Fund what scares you. Fund what makes you question your own beliefs. Invest in individuals, not just ideas. The fire of transformation exists inside people who refuse to conform, who burn to build new realities rather than replicate old ones. Find them. Seek them out, even if they don't wear the label of founder or unicorn. Look for those who are already unlearning the system, those who are so far off the map they make others uncomfortable. Those are the bets that count. And then, connect. The greatest tragedy of the current world is not a lack of talent, but a lack of connection. Exceptional minds are scattered, isolated in silos, misunderstood by a system that prizes repeatability over originality. Imagine if you had access to a network that wasn't about surface-level contacts or staged events, but a living, breathing community of equals. Individuals who burn with that same fire, who think in radically different ways, who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. This kind of connection turns scattered sparks into a blaze. It creates synergy that multiplies value beyond logic. It builds power where there was isolation. You are not alone, and it is not weakness that whispers doubt, but the system's failure to harness collective strength. But beware. The new way doesn't ask you to fit into easy roles or to follow safe paths. It demands something else: sovereignty. Your will, your vision, your judgment become your tools of liberation. Question everything. What you've accepted as truth is just a layer of dust. Scrub it away relentlessly. Redefine what it means to create, to invest, to build. Be selective. Choose to align only with those who match the heat of your own fire, those rare few who are ready to burn together, not with noise, but with substance. Patience is your ally. This isn't about the quick flip or the shiny exit. This is a marathon for eternity. Only the long game creates legacies, forging reality rather than chasing illusions. Deep down, you know real freedom is not given. It's taken, not promised. It's not found in comfort or convenience, but in the ruthless pursuit of your true self, in the rejection of borrowed lives and false idols. The system may smile and comfort you with false freedom, but it is the fire beneath that matters. Don't let comfort bury your fire. The death of venture capital as you knew it is not the end. It's the unveiling of the truth, that venture capital never really served the exceptional. It was a cage dressed in glitter, but that cage is breaking. The cracks are wide enough for those who dare to break through and create something new. An autonomous network where rare brilliance meets, where misalignment becomes power, where difference becomes pivot points for creation. This is your moment, not to change the world, but to unleash yourself, to unleash those who will change the world through you. It's a call for the few, the bold, the non-conforming, the unbreakable. You are more than an investor. You are a liberator of possibilities. So stop waiting for permission or proof from a dying system that fights to hold you back. Stop playing by their rules of equality, that dull reward for mediocrity. This is about sovereignty, transformation, and the power of the rare few choosing to burn brighter than ever before. The old venture capital ecosystem is already dead, and that is the best news you could ever hear. Because from its ashes rises an opportunity so profound it can remake everything you thought you knew about investing, innovation, power, and legacy. Embrace the chaos. Burn the old rulebook. Find your fire, find your network, and build what's next. Not just for profits, but for meaning, for freedom, for the future that belongs to those brave enough to seize it. Keep watching, keep learning, keep burning, because the best is yet to come, and it belongs to the few who refuse to die quietly. This is your revolution. This is the rebirth waiting for you on the other side of death.